With the first light of the dawning of the new millennium, a vital pulse emerges from universal source, awakening the cellular memory within souls gathering to the high desert of New Mexico. Giving power to the radical notion it is each and everyone's inherent birthright to be free, and what moves through us naturally has sentient wisdom that can be trusted. To coexist and express this life force energy through our unique and precious selves. Human beings, not human doings, fortified and nourished by our interdependence. The Embodydance community was born out of a primordial longing to reconnect with the oneness of life, to realize the immanence of spirit and matter. Now, over a decade later in the land of enchantment, the place of the brightest light and the darkest shadows, we celebrate that the home of ecstatic dance Santa Fe blossoms and thrives more than ever to this day in the unified field of love and freedom.
I come to Embodydance because it gives me a space to be in my truth. It gives me a space to go within and explore what's in my inner world.
I've been looking for this place my whole life.
It's part of my spiritual path. It connects me to Source.
It opened up my life a lot. I was very shy when I first started.
It's just such a freedom of expression.
Honestly, I've been able to do a lot of journeying and a lot of healing at this particular dance here at Embodydance in Santa Fe, thanks to the type of circle that's being held, the supportive community, the dedication of the facilitators, and all the people who make sure this dance happens, week after week.
The thing I think I enjoy the most about it is the opportunity that I get to really connect with people if I want to.
These forms of dances are precious. We used to have them through the eons as a means to keep the community together, as a means to commune with the spirits, to commune with nature, and these circles were the primary environments for deep healing and deep journeying.
I felt like I had found my tribe.
It's been a constant within a lot of change.
I've gone in with just intense upset of different sorts, and then I take this opportunity with all these beautiful, loving, supportive people, and I dance, I move that energy out, and I leave having had a huge healing transformation.
You're able to enter the dance at any place you're at and take off your shoes and abandon yourself totally to the music.
Be whatever you need to be, laugh, cry, scream, shake.
There's no way to dance, there's no style that you have to do. You can express yourself any way that you're moved to by the music.
Part of the practice of dancing in community is an opportunity to see others as mirrors for ourselves and reclaim lost aspects that we've disowned and projected onto others.
Actually, that's one of the things that makes Embodydance stand out in the ecstatic dance community, is really getting to a place where there isn't judgment of people.
I had a friend who'd been coming to Embodydance for a number of years and kept saying, "Oh, you should try it, you should try it." And I went one time, and I was shocked at how scared I was to move.
I think what really made a huge difference for me, because I was extremely reserved and shy and low confidence, it was to learn about my own boundaries with myself, with others, and and really understand that my boundaries was coming from a place of heart, not fear. And that was extraordinary for me also to learn my relationship with men, how to say no when I don't want to, you know, invite them if I feel like, and, you know, and be strong enough just by my presence without word to say thank you, you know.
I'm just astounded at the level of intimacy without talking. As part of creating sacred space, the Embodydance altars have added a beautiful dimension to our dance. Many inspired volunteers have taken great care in creating a thing of beauty to remind us that all is divine.
It just gives and gives and keeps giving, and the loop of gratitude between me and the other dancers and me and the facilitators and me and the divine is unbroken.
Most of the people that come are open to having the opportunity to process, to feel, to move, to be mentally quiet.
The music becomes part of the dance and part of my body. So it's all incorporated into one, and the thoughts slow down and it becomes movement as expression.
Take any kind of stuck energy within you, any kind of stuck energy mentally, emotionally, or physically, and dance it out.
I mean, what a power. What a power, what a freedom.
It's good for me to get out of my brain, you know, once or twice a week.
It takes me out of my mind, out of my thinking mind. And it's my thinking mind that caused me to be afraid.
Remember the beautiful ceremony at Embodydance where I held up Luke like this as a baby at some point, and you know, and the whole crowd was just like, oh.
And Rowan came into the world, and everything that's happened for me in my life in Santa Fe has really revolved around my time at dance.
Embodydance is just a huge contribution to the community when we can bring our kids here and have them really explore their physicality, you know, a sense of moving with music, sort of a rhythm in their own bodies, and like as I was saying earlier, a trusting in their own physicality, in their own center, in their own core.
They get to see adults having fun and playing with each other and making noises. I'm so happy to be able to meet my kid in that space.
There's always something about the dancing, the being in the dancing, that, you know, people reflect back on their whole life and say, oh, now I see something that I didn't see before. Thank you so much for this context. Thank you so much for this, you know, this container.
To have a ritual around sharing from what comes out of that space.
And to be witnessed and received and heard by the community. It's a powerful time. It was really Carola Marashi, founder of Austin Body Choir, who brought the seed of this particular form of community-building dance to us. Based on my 10-year experience teaching 5 rhythm-inspired dance programs, I was invited to help plant this seed in Santa Fe. So together with a handful of the original facilitators trained by Carola, Rosa Stanley, Maria King, Jenny Pranger, Mark Koenig, and I, Tracy Collins, nourished deep roots to support what has blossomed into the community we are today.
Once we grew into the full potential of our own unique nonprofit organization, I then conceived of the name Embodydance, dancing your journey from the inside out.
The more I danced, the more I wanted to dance. The more I kind of explored the parts of my body that weren't moving, the more I felt like a whole person. I felt that I was even walking differently on the street. And it was kind of a feeling of, yeah, this is the way my body moves, and I'm okay the way I am.
It's a safe place for me, and I feel really free to experience whatever it is that's happening for me in the moment.
Some dances, I just feel like every cell is connected with the universe, and I'm connected with every being in the room, and I'm just bursting and exploding love.
I think people, especially in these times of, difficulties, such dances bring a lot of solace to people and bring the community together.
I have a very deep love for the 5 rhythms, and am so appreciative that that is our foundation, the base of where our music comes from and the journeys that we try to put together for people.
Not need to really take over the space, but to hold an empty space for everybody.
So the role of the Embodydance facilitator is not just to hold an empty space, but to be that space, to clear our own channels by keeping our process alive, by digging into our own guts and hearts and offering up themes that, because everyone's human, they can relate to and be assisted in their own individual as well as collective journey to wholeness.
It's been constantly experimental because we're this thing that never existed before.
Our group is completely different in that it's a nonprofit. It's by consensus, it's a community, and we have a completely different governing structure, and I think that affects the way that the tightness of our community in a positive way.
The vision has always been to run our organization the way we dance, empowered from within, trusting the integrity of the group mind. As we all take responsibility for deepening our awareness of the consciousness inherent within each and every cell of our own bodies, as a cell in the body of the world, our community radiates a profound resonance that fortifies our connection with all life on this awakening planet.
To really tap into, hey, I don't feel so great today. I have some anger I need to work on. I have some sadness that needs a way to come out so that I don't stuff it down in my body. I need a way to keep this life in motion, and that's what Embodydance gives us. It keeps us in motion.
So it truly takes a village to run a dance, and there have been so many people over the years who've contributed their time and energy. It is all these people who have made Embodydance what it is today.
Al Nazareno en su pesebre allá en Belén.